Bridges, Aldcombe, Haywards Heath, Wibblesfield, Burgess Hill, Essex, Preston Park, and Brighton.
Okay, good.
Right. So again, I'm introducing you to Liza, and because this is I thought it would be good for us to talk about your project on Pop-Up Research Station because it is research and it is giving you advice. And Tuesdays is set aside. I have to just set aside a day to give advice so that I don't really get like, you know what I mean? It's better to do it here on this platform where we have additional help, you know, with researching what you wanted to talk about. But
Yeah, I fully understand. And
yeah,
I'll
I
just
just thought it'd be better to do it this way. And it's on office hour time. And I finished those
okay.
other projects that I needed to, had deadlines for. I got them done yesterday.
Okay, I
So
totally agree.
yeah.
Well, I was approached by the Chamber of Commerce individual. He's a good friend of my nephew's, but he is in charge of creating an art center in Hazel Crest,
Oh,
as
Hazel.
well as they have a sort of like a forest preserve or arboretum similar to Morton's Arboretum, but there's no sculptures. And he saw some of the sculptures that I have, and he asked me would I be willing to be a consultant to his program of initiating sculpture into the forest preserve.
Uh,
And
wow.
so I think it's right now in preparation of creating a proposal, and he will move forward on under those circumstances.
All right. So this, I thought it was Kenosha. You had some, I thought you said
No,
Kenosha.
it's Hazel Crest, which is right next to Country Club Hills and Markham, I guess, when in that vicinity. But it's a very nice suburban area.
Okay, here we go. Hazel Crest Creative Arts District.
Yeah, Creative Arts District.
Thanks, Liza, for pulling that up.
Yeah.
All right, let's see what they're talking about. So right now we're in phase one.
Yes. Phase one, there's three. There's they're reaching out to a contractor to build the art center, but there's going to be a beautification project near the brand new metro station, which is 2 blocks from the site, from the art center. And then we have the art center, which I'll be doing beautifications, but it's called Open Land Forest Preserve. That's where I will conduct sculptures in that at that site.
Okay, all right. So, oh wow. I don't know where, I know where Hazel Crest is.
Yeah, Hazel Crest, because it's a really nice suburban neighborhood. I think they have like 80% African American and 20% different minorities living in Hazel Crest.
Wow, I like this. This is also if you have a passion for the arts and would like to join the arts committee, email at villageofhazelcrest.com. In the future project phase two, they're gonna have an outdoor. Can we expand that a little, Liza? Yeah, thank you. So we're having a future concept. Have you seen this at all?
I saw the layout. It was
No, you went and did a site visit?
yeah, this is far different than what I've seen, but he's given me like pictures of what the site would look like. Some are similar and some are not.
Mhm.
But they also have, which is interesting, a fire station, which will be across the street from the arts center, and they're planning on using it as a just for performance or different type of art programs available to the community.
This is outdoor jazz hill.
Yeah, that's something that they want to create. They have a space which is right next to the center. So I think it was in the past it was like a shopping mall area where there were small shops, and so what they're going to be doing is tearing that down and restructuring uh, the site.
I want to look and find out where their master plan is so we can see the line item that they will have for a consultant. I know with the project I'm doing out west, the project manager is being paid $100 an hour, and I
Okay.
get like $75 an hour.
All right.
Is it to assist?
Okay.
So start there. But it's for like mine
So,
is like for 100 hours. They
uh,
just expanded my contract. So it's like basically $30,000 for 200 hours at $75 an hour.
for $200 an hour.
You're trying to do 200 an hour?
Are you talking to me?
Yeah.
No, I'm writing one down. I haven't even come
I
up
didn't
with.
say 200, I said 100.
Oh no, I have. But you said.
Not that with your PhD
Oh
and
yeah.
and you with your background and credentials could warrant a $200 an hour, but I'm just saying $100 an hour is pretty standard. $120 an hour is pretty standard. But I have wanted to look and see if we could find um, this proposal with the city of Hazel Crest, Liza, so that we could see what the line items and cost for this project. Because Bill is trying to bid on it. So that's what I want to do the research and find the actual contract and what has went through the commission. Because I know they have a proposal that went through the commission for how much this project costs. And then it would be a line on contingency for a consultant so he could bid within the range that they're asking. And then I was also showing, well, are you going to look that up, Liza?
Sorry, the dog demanded I take them out. My apologies. What would you like me to put up?
If you could look up the commission, like right now we found Hazel Crest, and if we could look up the commission, and I know that they had to have these plans approved, and then the cost of this project. So I wanted to pull that up and then look at the line items, so Bill could see how to price his bid as the curator.
So here at the, let me pull this up again. So here on the bottom, would you like me to pull up one of these?
Yeah, let's see here. It's a bid book, the request for bids. Then you have the AC Center for Arts request bid request.
Which one?
So I don't know. We can look through them. The Creative Arts Center you already showed us, but if we could look through like the request for bids or something like that, that's going to tell us what that budget is.
Here
Okay, go ahead. But the Open Lands Forest Preserve is very different from the Arts Center itself. So the first project would be to be a consultant. I don't think I have to bid for anything. He just wants me to create a proposal, and they're going to pass it. Because
yeah, but you want to know what you want to know is what the budget line item is. They're going to pass it. You want to know. You want to know how much. And I want to show you where you can find that.
Okay.
In what they're doing, where the money is. I'm just trying to track where the money is.
Okay, I'm with you.
Not that you're gonna, and then that way you can put your proposal together as a consultant, what you're gonna do. It's going so fast, I'm getting dizzy. I can't even see.
Sorry.
Well, we're looking for money, the budget. This is the plans, the layout.
Yep.
I like to save this too.
These are all the links at the bottom of that page. I'll put the link in the chat.
Okay.
I don't know. Do you think there's anything
I
more?
don't know, go,
There's
we
a-
went all the way to the bottom. Yeah, this is the plan for the construction, not the budget. Because I know they would have had to pass the budget for that first. And Bill, then we can look over at the open land, but right now we're looking at the budget for this overall cost.
Okay, all right.
Mhm.
Well, this is, let me see. This is the village.
Okay. Well, they just published this last month, 2 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
Pricing, what page is pricing on up there? It says pricing
15.
proposal for.
Close your eyes. As I scroll down.
Go back up, that's some money up there. 100. It's like they got $1 million or something. There it is, yeah. But it says limits for the, oh, that's just the insurance. $1 million.
Let me go to 15. There we go. Let's see. That was page 15.
I think it was before that. No. No, this doesn't have any money.
Okay, hang on. So that was, it started on 15. That's page 15.
Uh-huh.
Let's see what comes after. What? Building code. Here, let me pull it right up to the top and see. Sorry. Okay, let's see if there's anything in the contents. Well, pricing proposal form. So it's just asking you to propose versus giving you any indications.
I know
Is
that
it-
they have.
I have,
Yeah, let me
Let's-
try somewhere else. Oh, go ahead.
yeah, I was thinking, is there a way that we could go into open lands? That's where the Forest Reserve Project is designated. So I was wondering maybe would have something within that.
This open lands was the other, when we finished doing this, open lands was the other, I told you I had a publication I was gonna show you. What
Okay,
open lands did with the Burnham Wildlife Corridor.
I'm totally with you. Yeah, I understand.
So
But I
this,
think it would maybe, I think
here it
you
is,
um
this is the
compartment.
open lands project.
Oh, yeah, that's okay, that's where I'm at this point, at this stage, I'm focusing on open land first.
Okay. What happened, Liza? To the, okay. That's only a one pager?
It's it's just one page for open land?
It says Hazelcrest, Village of Hazelcrest, so
Yeah.
is that the website? Well, I'll help look then, because we're just sitting here. I'm gonna pull up my open land. Open land is Lake Shore Reserve. Open lands in, no, I keep saying Kenosha. I don't know why, where I got that in my head. I want to say maybe we're still looking.
Oh, Alpha, I was gonna say, just, I don't know, this is all totally new. It's like
Right.
they want me to create uh this project. And
Uh-huh.
and so I don't think they have information on, I mean, they'll probably get the size of the space, but they don't uh except for natural land and forestry. That's all they have.
What do you vision out there happening?
Well, it's for example, within your space, there's sculptures within the urban environment, as well as like, have you ever been to Morton Arboretum? It's
No.
okay, it's kind of like a forest preserve of maybe about a mile. And so within that mile, uh, they want an entry point to have a sculpture there, and then gradually we'll move to incorporate sculptures throughout the space, throughout the site. So they could be anywhere from, 15, 16, eventually sculptures with it.
Uh-huh.
So what I'm doing is I'm sending them uh, sculptures from Sidney Murphy, uh, different type of that I have in my private collection, so they can get an idea of what is available. And they one of the gentlemen, he's the older guy. He seems more. He would like to see more uh, woodcut sculptures similar to the one on the corner of 64th and Dorchester. Uh,
Yes.
yeah, so he's open. It's just we've got a variety of sculptures, and I think what I'll be doing is contacting artists or sculptors, interviewing and making preparation to place their work within the site. And then I have the idea how much I would charge for
Is the
uh,
work going to be on loan or are they outright buying it?
that's something I was thinking that they want to buy it, but I didn't approach that idea about on loan, which would be interesting as well. But they want to make sure that I guess vandalism, or they've had some incidents in the past where people have placed graffiti on billboards or in areas of that space. But I'm just saying I think they want to purchase it rather than uh, something on loan. If it's damaged, then that's a lot of money.
Right. So I don't know if yeah, it is a lot of money. But here I'm looking at Cook County Creative Arts Center. And I know you're over there at Open Lands, but I'm still looking at the cost of this whole project and what
Yeah,
percentage, and you know,
right.
so here is some of the Southland Reactivation Act, Enterprise Zone, and they got a lot of TIF money. attracting talent. Um, when would this start for you next year?
Well, they're planning, well, they're off and running, so maybe once they receive the proposal, I'll start maybe in November or possibly, it could be in the spring, but,
Oh, here we go.
okay.
We got 3 million to renovate the depot, bathrooms and all of that. Well, they did that in year 2020. So
You mean,
now they have 4 million. And then they have this. I don't know. I don't know their financial report here. Because they had to get it approved. There's another artist that just did a project over at Calumet Park. She did an installation. I wrote about her. Financial reports, audits, budgets, financial reports. That would be. Oh, am I gonna read all this stuff? So have you started writing up this, what you're gonna do yet? Bill? Oh, we lost him.
We did. We lost him. He'll come back.
Okay, so I'm busy trying to figure out how much money is involved in this stuff, so he doesn't underbid. This is 2023.
Here, I'll pause recording until he comes back.
Okay. And over here.
okay, all right, so we're okay. Well, I'm in the gallery, so I don't know. I think we're fine. I just,
If anything happens, just come back.
all right,
We're
yeah,
still-
the way it works, yeah.
Well, I finally found what I was looking for. I'm looking for the budget that's been approved. And I was looking to see if they had anything about this project on their budget that's just been approved for the park district. Because I know that they're pretty transparent when they're passing this stuff through the the Cook County.
I'm totally with you. It is odd, but when I guess the chairman of the board, he was just saying, create a proposal. We don't know where to start or where to begin. We just want
Uh-huh.
to make that happen for us.
So you know the chairman?
Yeah, the chairman he's saying, based on our knowledge and previous information, we would launch a proposal. We would try to figure out prices, and then I guess present it to the chairman, because and then I guess they'll facilitate funds from that lineup of uh,
Well,
proposed?
last year they paid $75,000 for consultants,
Oh,
and is what I found out so far.
all
As a,
right, 75,000, and that's probably related to the art center and the whole.
yeah,
Uh,
I mean, not for just that one line, but I'm just looking at what they've paid out. Here's another line item for consultants in there. This was 2022, so that doesn't count. Even in 2022, they didn't pay out that much. It was basically $5,000
okay, 5,000.
program. Yeah,
Okay,
projects based. That was in 2022. Okay, but the village program budget for 2023, 2024.
and
Yeah. Yeah, that's the only line item. Let me show you the line item.
2022 to 2024.
Right here. This was their 20, for budget year 2023, 2024, what they've paid out for consultants is 75,000. Pretty much across the board in 2023 and 2024.
Oh,
20 is no increase, but this is what they paid out to people, and that's what's in their reserve budget for
okay,
consultants. But I don't know if it's just for that project or the overall city. I'm looking at the overall city village budget that was approved,
okay.
right? So
Yeah,
what I'm looking for, they would have also had to approve the public works, or they've also had to approve this arts commission in their I mean, it's just important to know so that
no,
you
I'm totally with you because I
uh-huh.
about, he says, we're trying to get select contractors to build the site. That's where they're right now. So I don't know how
Uh-huh.
much money is being taken for that effort, but I think he's he's in the dark as far as what I think I'm responsible for creating an open land financial statement of what all of this would cost. Because I
Uh-huh.
think basically is looking for artists, finding out what their fees are for purchase, and then having a dialogue with open lands to see, do they have, is it okay? Are you approving this particular sale for the open land site? Or, the artwork,
Uh-huh.
approval of the artwork. And, I guess my job is just to artwork selection, uh, making a presentation to the board, and then making that transaction take place for the installation of the artwork in the site. Are you
So
with me?
I'm with you, I'm listening to you. So where are you with your plan? You have an outline or
No, I haven't. I did an outline for the uh, beautification of the Metra and the around the art center, but they didn't. I didn't submit it because that's not. They don't want that because they have to
uh,
that point. What they want is me to uh, create. I haven't done any of this. Create a proposal for the open land site where sculpture is selected and purchased and placed within the site, and then I can talk with the two. There's two particular program directors for open land where we would decide on placement and whether these particular the artwork is will it work within the space?
mhm.
Yeah. So that's
So
kind of.
you think you're gonna have to deal with concrete, deal with platforms? Or is that something, I'm just asking, is that something they're gonna have, if it's site specific installation? Are
It
they're
Yeah,
gonna be responsible for, if you're placing sculpture there, they're gonna be responsible for the installation of concrete, if you need the sculptures to be placed on a concrete bed.
yes, they'll be responsible for that. Whatever, if I hire somebody, I can hire someone to do that. But that's part of the consultant fees or
I'm just asking because the project that I'm doing, managing out California, we're working with a general contractor that had to. I just know that the city out there is going to have their own general contractor, and they're the ones that's going to have to get the permits. They're the ones that's going to have to do the inspection of the concrete, and they're the ones that are going to have to hire that general contractor to make those slabs. If you're considering taking the sculptures and putting them on slabs within the parks.
yeah, I agree with you because like Jim at the Garden on Stony with Sidney Murphy's objects, we created that concrete platform, and we installed that where they're freestanding at the site. And so,
So
I mean,
Jim has his general contractor's license, right?
no. He was doing that because we wanted to place without any contracts or anything like that. We were just placing that within the site. So all of these questions are very important because I can present that to the directors at Open Land to see if they, if not, we would have to look for someone, or maybe the artist would know exactly how, the installation details of that.
Yeah, because we got into a whole different whole different situation when we had to get the architect involved, which they have architects on this project. We had to get general contractors involved. Then we had to get permits. Then we had to turn around and get people that were inspectors to inspect the rebar and what's installed, um, based on the recommendations that the architect made for the installation. And then then they had to pour the concrete, let it set, and then there's another inspection before we can even install the metal chairs and attach them with tabs to the concrete. So all
Right.
those steps, I mean, like, that's not, in terms of you being a consultant, how, um,
Oh, okay, Alpha, I wanted to say this exactly. I think
okay,
the two directors of Open Land Forest Preserve, I think
huh,
they'll either make that happen, or if they rely on me to find someone
right.
to do that, maybe, maybe Jim could do it. But I think it's really going to be their responsibility to create. I can do with my consulting work, I could probably make some contacts of artists who install concrete.
But it wouldn't be, I'm pretty sure that you're gonna have to use whoever they use,
Right.
and you can't bring in an outside person because they're gonna get into the union, and they got city workers, they got, all that liability and all that kind of stuff. So you wouldn't necessarily be over that, but you would be, I'm just bringing up questions that you need to ask them, because then they're gonna have to think about that. And then again, it also depends on the size of the sculptures that you're looking at, you know, putting out there, um, whatever the artists are proposing to put out there. There's a
You know
lot of,
I think what's going to happen, maybe in a few weeks, that I'll be uh, taking a visit to the site, and knowing they want one sculpture to start with at the entry point. of this preserve. So that, seeing that and then knowing, you know, is it a type of space that you can walk around the art piece, or you know, so I'll be looking at is probably the very front entry point they want to start. That I think that's the first project. Hello, can you hear me? Alpha? Alpha?
I'm here. Let's see what happened.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm here. I was just kind of clearing my sinuses here.
Oh,
I
okay.
have the
She
flu.
went dark to blow her nose.
Yeah, I went and got annual flu shot and they gave me the flu, right?
Yeah, that's how it happens.
Yeah,
But did
that's
you
how
hear what I said?
I did. I heard what you said. So, but I was over here doing the math on if you're saying you come in as $100 an hour as a consultant and just give yourself, you know, like 200 hours, you know,
200
of
hours.
consulting, and project managing.
Okay.
And that's basically, that's what I was quiet because I was trying to do the math. And then also, so if you're doing $100 an hour times 200, that's $20,000.
Times 200. You said that's 2,000, 20,000?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
All right, that sounds good.
right. And if it's a 2-year contract, you know what I mean? So I don't, and that would include like uh, your planning meetings.
Yeah, and that would entail, I think, what would that, I have to have what steps? One is to, you know, to actually survey the space. Um, um, it's gonna come down to a selection of artists. And
Are you going to do a call for artists, or is that something
yeah,
you're
I
going
have
to
to
do?
I'll do a call for artists, and then it's
You
really
have to shape the artist call, or do they have one already in place?
have what in place.
Their guidelines and everything for public art, for artists submitting bids for public
Oh,
art.
okay. Yeah,
I
artists.
thought I saw that on their website.
Okay.
And then, so after you do the call for artists, you need to assemble a review committee? Or are you
uh,
gonna just make the selection yourself?
no, I would have to. You're right. To assemble a view committee. That's key.
I'm gonna share with you, remember I said I was gonna uh, pull up the manual that I have. This is the manual that this is Open Lands helped fund this project, and I was on the curatorial committee for this.
Okay.
So this is the Berlin Wildlife Corridor project.
Okay.
And I don't know if you know Dorian Sylvain. She
No.
was part of this, helping to organize this. This was post, uh, you know, like installation and everything, and how a practical guide for urban, where's it at? Urban green space design. And we had a curatorial panel that uh, reviewed the proposals and everything and made the selections. Um, there's Dorian's right here.
What did you have? What in regard to the selections? What did you just say? You said something about.
I said that I was part of the curatorial committee And what this manual is a post-production of the green space. And these are the authors right here of this, that formed the art. These are the folks that formed, helped to put the publication together.
Right, right.
But my involvement with this project is I was on the curatorial panel, and so I'm just sharing with you this manual as a toolkit for how to propose the project you're working on as a
Right.
guide.
I hear you.
All right, okay. So, this is, and I'll send you, and I'll put the PDF in the chat, or you can actually, if you were better with a hard copy, like I said, I have a hard copy. I think I have 2 hard copies around here that you can use to look through,
Okay.
as well as pull the one up online.
All right. That sounds
All
good.
right. So
Okay.
this is how we had people, come in and submit their proposals and everything. Same thing like you're saying, surveying the area. But what they had already did is they had already identified locations. And the locations for the art that was going to be installed was based on if it was in Chinatown, if it was here in Bronzeville, Pilsen. There's another one down by Pullman. So there was 5 communities that they targeted for these installations. And they were
Oh,
supposed to be temporary installations, but some dissipated, but like this one is more of a permanent installation,
all right. Uh,
where people
Yeah,
are interactive. I'm gonna go through the manual real quick,
yeah. That's
you know,
helpful. I
and as
mean,
a gathering space, to talk and have some people propose activity. This is right there by Lake Michigan.
okay.
Beautiful site, to moon watch and everything if you're going up there for ceremony. And they try to use things that were in nature in the space.
Yeah. That's interesting. That's very interesting. I like that idea.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
And then what's his name? Norman Tig.
Yes,
Him
yes.
and Flo, they got a space, this big space right here, and they created their installation with reeds. It was really interesting how they put their project together, but it was planned as a temporary installation, and it also like it's supposed to dissipate or in nature, but not where it's going to be there for forever. But you want yours to be there longer. Uh, you know, here's another uh, project that they proposed. And all this wood they got from the park district had all this wood and stuff that they still had, in the junkyard.
Yeah, I wanted to say something, Alpha.
Go
You know,
ahead.
I think, remember the glass installation in my gallery that you created. I
Uh-huh.
find that very interesting. And just filling out a way that we could find a way of installing it in the site as well. I mean, you have promising work as well, and I'm looking at it's really nice. It fits the
Uh-huh.
the space. It's able to fit in unique spaces, which is what, and that's why I like it.
But here's the corridor right here. I hear you, but we have to do stuff that makes sense because, like you said, that we try to do it outside with that glass stuff, and then between the squirrels and the wind, and
Oh
things that were
yeah, oh,
unpredictable. Yeah.
totally. Yeah, no, yeah, it would have to
Yeah.
be.
So
Yeah,
here's
okay,
that. Yeah, here's that trail of gathering spaces, and you could see, the wayfinding signs to lead people to those spaces.
okay,
Uh, again, within your proposal, when you're looking for artists, or is it going to be interactive? Is it, whatever they are proposing? Or is it just a sculpture? How are you going to bring people to, when they take the self-guided tour and how they go to these spaces, how are they going to find them? and what's gonna happen once are they gonna continue programming in them? Or are they just gonna be plopped down as an art piece and,
Well, you know what I think they're
I have
first and
another meeting.
oh yeah, first and foremost, it's a permanent installation. I mean,
Uh-huh,
the first one is permanent, I think, and then I think we can, as we could pursue conversation,
uh-huh.
we'll move toward something not permanent. that
But
it's
here's the thing of evaluating submissions. That's why I was trying to look for budgets or how much they were gonna pay for this.
right,
I
right.
mean, or if this is gonna be site specific, or like the past Art and Public Places Director, Michael, I think his last name, he used to just plop art down and purchase it for the city and plop it down. It was never really a call for artists. He just kind of curated the city for 25 years of public art. But how are you going to stage this? Are you, like I said, are they just want you to bring sculptures that you already have? Or do they want to put it so that artists are making something that's more site specific in the installations?
Well, yes, that artists doing something that's site specific.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I think, but me as a consultant, I would have to review the work and make a selection based on, yeah, this will be part of their permanent collection, you know.
So I'm looking at evaluating submissions and then awards. So if you're going to be doing that's why I said, how many hours are you looking at putting into this as a consultant for all the steps that you're going to have to go through
I
to
think
shape this?
well, 200 hours for this, we can always maybe adjust or revise uh, the proposal. But I think
Okay.
you hit it very well when you said 200 hours, which would, and then as we move forward, that will change, So, I mean, it depends on the
Right.
future projects.
Okay. So here it is that again, the awards that they gave each of these projects for 20,000. Got to see what the budget is and how many spaces are they want installations, for the first year out. How
Oh,
many sculptures are they gonna, kind of like what is the need of the space and how many um sculpture installations or public art installations do they want you to curate, right, and be part of. But anyway, there's 20,000 was paid to each of the teams because they only really had $120,000, to spend on this project between the Field Museum and Open Land. And, there's a couple of other entities that were raising the money to do this project. And we did the unveiling, we did documenting, and we went through several rounds of reading proposals and you know, like right over here, they pre-proposals, then we picked which ones kind of went along with the theme or the of what we were doing, and then invited them to do a full proposal, you know. So each group of artists, we looked at them as teams and not individual artists, applying for this. And then they also worked with like, the chamber, like the Southside Community Arts Center was one of the nonprofits, Asian Chamber of Commerce, worked with the artists, so how to get community involved. You may not want to go that deep because they were talking about spaces along the Bruton corridor, but then also you have to look at what Hazelcrest is talking about and how they want people to navigate the space.
Okay.
All right. So, here's some other, you know, uh, they just be kind of documented it, recorded the processes, so
Okay.
that they can publish this later. You might want to make sure you think about that. Oh,
Okay. I got you. So
okay.
you're saying that where will you're going to send me an email with this So
I
can,
will, I'll send you, I'll forward you the PDF.
okay,
Uh,
that's good. And then what I'll do is I'll go over it and I take what the information that you have given me so far, and then
uh-huh.
maybe we can set another meeting once I try to compile.
Yeah, what you're gonna be doing, you know what I mean? Like how you vision that space. This is what I was talking about, Flo and Norman and Flo Wilson. They put this with the reeds, they built this. And we all talked about space activations, what else goes on in the space once the artist leaves and the artwork is left there. You know, what kind of engagement are you going to ask the artist to be part of, even after they do the install? You know what I mean? Are they going to come back within that year to make sure that, you know, there's a guide that takes people through so that they can interface with the project? Is things I think that when you put your proposal together, you talk to them to see what how they see this project and this space, you know, with the public. And then I'm going to look at some other public art projects and public uh, forest preserves for you so that you can see how they kind of that they curate that and laid that out. Yeah. So anyway, it has just some information in here for you. This is what I was talking about in Calumet right here. This is the project she did in the out in the woods. See how she built this out right here? All right. So I'll get this to you and then, you know, Open Lands is all over this, you know, and raising the funds to do it. Then there's some more references for you. Hello? Are you current? See, just to let you know, there's my name right there. I was probably one of the acknowledged, well, how they acknowledged. Uh, Bill, we lost you again? I guess we lost him again. I have to join another meeting in 7 minutes, Liza. So we lost him again, and
Okay,
I'll
if he
just,
comes back, I'll let him know.
well, yeah, well, we're gonna be over at 3. So we're gonna do, hello, Bill, you're still on. I'm gonna unmute you.
Okay,
All right, so what the plan is that you're going to, I'm gonna send you the PDF, you know, so that you can look at kind of how to lay out. You know, you've already thought about how you wanted to do this project, but something like I just showed you the toolkit of the guide, you can use that. But the other questions are, what do they see this project as being? How are they going to get tourists, or how are they going to get community engaged in interfacing with the art? You know, and when you do the call for artists, is it participatory? Are you going to ask artists to just, hey, or here's a sculpture, we just want you to plop it down. We're just going to acquire this as part of the public art collection. Or is it something they're gonna build that site specific for the project? So you gotta
Okay,
think about what you're gonna do as the curator, because right now, what you're doing with William Hill Gallery and the Sculpture Garden is you've acquired work by other artists and install them in the Sculpture Garden.
yes,
But you guys also have built from found objects, other elements in the garden.
yes, we have.
So you've done both. So, and then you haven't really did a call for, I mean, you have, I guess, with the, what's his name that did uh, grapevine, I mean, the arch, when you go through the garden, you have some things that were built for the garden.
Andre built an arch.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's interesting in itself. So there's a lot. Yeah, I need to include some of my activities or art creations as well as artists who make contributions or, for me in the space. So I'll be mindful of that. But what I wanted, can you hear me?
Yes.
Um, Sunday, October 13th at 3 p.m., we're having a sort of like not a rally, but we want to support Kamala Harris. We'll have probably Lori Lightfoot and
Okay.
Perwinkle available. So that's
Thought you were gonna have Prepwinkle there.
yeah, we were thinking about that. Alice is orchestrating this, so we'll start like 12 noon and it'll last till about 3, but we'll have you know, if you can make it, please stop by.
So I'm glad you said it's the 13th. At first you said it was the 12th. And I know the 12th I'm gonna be at Navy Pier. There is a big art exhibit out there that Lauren Pacheco, another consultant, invited me to attend. And I already RSVP'd, and I was telling Suzetta, our other board member, that you were doing this on the 12th. So we were trying to like figure out, okay, what time is it going to happen? Is it the 13th or the 12th? Because you had told me the 12th.
We've changed it because we were able to get political speakers
Okay.
on Sunday the 13th, October 13th, 12 p.m.
Okay, great.
Okay.
So that's even better.
Yeah, it works out.
Again, I already committed to being out here at this other installation, and it's all day. I'm not going to be out there all day. It's not going to happen. But from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. it closes at Navy Pier. And again, I got a comp ticket to go to that. I really wanted to see. Well, it's called Low and Team Slow and Low. So I'll see what's happening out there.
Okay, sounds good. So I'm going to end. I got to prepare for after school matters. But
Yeah, and I got 2 minutes before Up Research Station is over, and I have another call that I'm supposed to debrief on as well. So
okay, and is Liza still here?
yeah, she's right
Okay,
here.
Liza, thank you so much. Hopefully I'll get a chance to see you in person one day.
Oh, that would be lovely. And I love what you do. I'm so into gardens now. So anytime, I love hearing about it.
She had wanted to show you this labyrinth, that installation that we were talking about a few years ago.
Oh, actually, I did bring this up before. It was actually, I don't have a photograph of it. I cannot find the artist I wanted to show you. But it's really, after listening to everything, it's not the idea when I brought it up to Alpha. Basically, we had done a proposal for Laguna Beach during COVID. And so we were looking for ways to create community and to do outdoor sculpture, but have social distancing. And this artist uses people to create forms and then takes drone photographs of the people on beaches with environmental issues, themes. And so what I was hoping is we could create a labyrinth where people would bring their own rock or create a rock on site and then leave it as a part of the labyrinth. And then people would be able to walk the labyrinth.
Well, that's very interesting. It reminds me of, I did a project for with Norman Teague. It was located at the Contemporary Museum of Chicago. And where we did, people brought objects and we placed them within it's inside a gallery space.
And they're hanging, like they're hanging, right? On the ceilings?
Yeah, there was, yeah, something like that. Did you, I think you showed up for that, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I love, oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead. I'm with you.
I was just saying that I loved the concept or the idea of people bringing each other messages about how they care about what's happening with the environment. So they're seen and heard, and they're also part of something contemplative and something that they can do as a group or as an individual at any time. The logistics around it were, I haven't done enough projects to know all the problems with trying or attempting to do something like that, but I still love the concept of it. And, you know, I just wanted to bring it up because you never know where.
Oh,
where
yeah,
an idea is someone else's, not yours.
I think that's a wonderful idea. I mean, I could, wow, it's quite an experience.
Okay, so I know we are all limited at time right now, so we'll circle back. Just give me a call when you kind of gather everything, and then we'll circle back and then we'll continue that before you submit your proposal.
Okay, all right.
All right.
Lisa, Alpha, thank you so much, and we'll see each other soon.
All right, you're welcome.